I remember him when I think freshman year started. He said, "The only thing I want you to do is graduate high school. That's it."
Mhm.
And to me, that sounds like it's not a lot, but to me at the time, it's like that was a big deal. Just to graduate high school, especially coming from struggling through freaking elementary and middle school this whole time.
And at that time I fucking hated him, bro. Like he was so fucking mean to me, bro. So fucking mean, bro. Like, but I knew he loved us, bro. But you know what I'm saying? From the way he was, I knew he loved us because that guy, bro, like he beat my ass so many times. He made me a man so quick, bro. He made me a man. He made me responsible. He made me only know hard work. Like,
if I did this for the money, if I did this for the money, if I did this for the money, would've gave up long ago. It's the passion and the drive buried deep down in my soul. It's ambition, I'm too hungry, I ain't never getting full. On a mission, it's a battle, locked and loaded, bulletproof. On my mission, on the way to the top. Got my whole team strapped, we prepared for the ops. Entire life I've been the underdog, odds against me. Mama, look at me now, I'm ferocious and filthy. I'm a pit bull, won't stop.
hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to the Niche and Built podcast. Baldy Boys are back for episode 14.
14.
And this is the podcast where we tell our stories and our lessons of our journey to possibly help you on yours. So, it's another day, brother. Another fucking podcast episode that we set our sights on being committed this year and
Committed, more consistent
more
on
consistent.
uploads.
Yeah. So,
Got to feed that algorithm.
but yeah, we wanted to fucking get a podcast out there again today. We actually had we were supposed to have a special guest today, but he had something scheduled that came up. So and we scheduled the podcast with him, but hopefully in the future we'll have him still come out for sure. But yeah,
we need some knowledge.
Yeah, we need the knowledge that
we need the knowledge
he was about to give us. So we for sure we'll have him back soon. But yeah, bro, what's it been? What's it been for you? Because I know you're supposed to be training for this fucking 5K.
It's been
what's the daily?
That thing has been tough.
Yeah,
I think we talked about this just the other day or yesterday or something like that. Like my day's full, my schedule's full, so trying to find the time and the place where I live, especially in the mornings, is dark.
Yeah,
and the city just decides to cut a sidewalk off. I'll be walking on the sidewalk and it just ends. It's like, what the heck am I gonna freaking run or
Yeah.
But honestly, still pretty light on the jogging. I still got it.
Yeah.
Still train on my treadmill at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just something for now. The 5K, like I said, I'm not too worried about. What I am worried about is the next two. You know what I mean? So I got to definitely figure something out so I can grind a little bit harder on that. But you're
doing something though.
I'm doing something.
It's funny because I just got an email yesterday about, I think it's St. Patty's Day,
like a race,
10K and half marathon. I was thinking like maybe I could just go run that.
When's that one?
Marathon, but St. Patrick's Day, I don't know when the hell that is. I don't know. I don't even know the dates on that. But yeah, I was actually just I was telling my wife the other day. It's like, bro, I didn't even I just realized a couple of days ago that I think it's since I started marathon training, at the beginning of the year, it's like I've been going for 3 weeks and I haven't taken a rest day or a day off. And I didn't even notice it, bro. I was just going. Yeah, I was thinking when's the last time I fucking had a day off? But it's like that's the crazy part about what we've been doing, all over since last year. It's like we've just kind of built it where you know what you have to do, and then the Goggins comes in your head and don't be a bitch.
That little voice.
Get your ass out there, for real, bro. And it was what was it? Friday. It was raining.
Yeah, I see your videos when you're up running it early in the morning and it's raining.
Yeah, it was raining, bro, and I was just and it's one of those things. I got up and I was like, fuck, I can hear it. I can hear it from once I go down to the kitchen. It's like, should I run? It's like I can run probably in the dark later. It's like, then you just hear that bitch voice, that's that bitch voice coming.
Yeah.
Oh, you're fucking making excuses. you're trying to compromise right now.
Yeah.
Get your ass
Yeah.
outside and fucking run. Nobody else is out there running in the rain. Get your ass out there and run. So I fucking went, bro. And it was only like a minute like debate with myself. Then it's like the fucking decision
Yeah.
was already made. It's part of my plan. You're gonna go run. It doesn't matter. Like you've done this before. What
Yep.
the fuck you making excuses now for? Go and get your fucking run.
That's the 1 second decision.
Yeah.
He talks about in his second book. Yeah.
Real quick. Yeah. The commitment's already been made. I got 5 miles set on the fucking plan. It don't matter if it's raining, snowing. Just get your ass. It don't matter how cold it is. Just fucking go. So
That's definitely
knocked out,
easier
felt
said than
good.
done, though.
Yeah.
You know, that's a challenge.
Yeah.
You have to get past those waves.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
once you get past that, then you're out.
Yeah. You have to. It definitely takes time to like build that where you've done it enough to where it's like there's no compromise. There's no debating with yourself, or it is what it is. It's part of it. It don't matter what you feel like.
I'm not gonna lie. I still break. I still compromise. Some days I'm just like, no. Just like was the day before yesterday at work.
Mm-hmm.
I usually go work out on my lunch hour, but that day I was like, nah, I can't do it. Plus I had to chop away at another video that's coming out here soon. So I was like, I had to make some choices. Like, no, I'm gonna take it easy.
Yeah.
I just went and got the stuff out of my locker because it was locker clean out day, and then I turned around. It's like, dang it, I feel like a failure.
Yeah.
But I definitely more consistent than I've ever been. So
yeah. That's what I was actually thinking about that too, because I just think about like last year, like how it kind of turned into creating the 2.0 version of ourselves, like trying to be better and stuff like that. And it's like if you really think about it, bro, even with 75 hard, I think maybe one time, like the one time we did 75 hard, that's 150 workouts, right? Bro, that's more workouts than I think I've ever done in 1 year, bro. Like ever. It's one round of 75 hard.
Yeah.
So, and then imagine like when we did 75 hard, we did 75 hard twice. That's 300 workouts. There's 365 days in the year. And I was still, we're still working out even without 75 hard. So majority of the year we had and that was the most consistent we've ever really been.
Yeah.
And most workouts ever really did. Definitely the most reading. So it's just
for sure.
It's just like just starting off, like had that first year of fucking building AJ 2.0, Mark 2.0, just trying to and it's just you just getting through the process and just knowing like, yeah, I am getting better. Like just looking back at what before it's like a guessing game. Like like every year it's like, oh yeah, no, I lift this weight compared to that. Like that was the stupidest shit. Like we're coming.
It's the bro science. Bro.
Yeah, the bro science. Like the way we're being better was not really being better. We were kind of doing the same shit, but maybe doing more of it. So it was just it's not really a good comparison. And I feel like and then like even with just the business itself, like damn man, we really put in a lot of time and work last year, and kind of not building Legion Build 2.0, but like really fucking committing to
still keeping still holding the line here.
Yeah, so it's like it's just really fucking cool, bro, to see it and feel that that the commitment over last year, like all the discipline that it basically it's just like a micro, a micro, I guess, like microcosm, I guess you could say, of just these 3 weeks. It's a fucking like it's just what these first 3 weeks of the year already have just shown me already from what we did last year. What we did last year. That's what I'm saying, right? Like that whole year just built into just already this 3 weeks. I already seen what that whole year did because of it's so easy for me to just not even argue with myself, not even make there's no excuse, just go. Like it doesn't matter what it feels like outside. It doesn't matter like because I've done it, so I have to keep doing it. Like, and I feel so fucking good, bro. That's the thing about it. Like, and that's why I keep doing it because I feel fucking good. I feel better than I've ever fucking felt, and I feel stronger. I feel fucking like on top of my like my mental for sure is fucking the best it's probably ever been. Like I fucking feel like I'm on top of my shit. Like when I always look at like how much shit I got going on around me, and I look at 2 years ago, could I have handled all this shit right now? Probably not. Like not the same way, not with the same like tenacity and fucking effort. Like like that I have now. I don't think I could have done this shit 2, 3, 4 years ago the same way. And still produce and be like effective at it.
Right.
So that's why I'm like just knowing already like the shit is fucking working. Like and it's not a fucking show for people. Like it's not. it's not for me to
It's
fucking try to be
a long
better.
game still.
Yeah, and it's still a long game,
Yeah.
and that's what I always say. Like, I can only imagine about 5 years from now what the fuck it'll be like. But
Yeah.
and it's not a show. Like, I'm not trying to impress anybody.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not trying to be better than anybody. Like I'm saying, like, I'm just trying to.
I can see you just wanting to help,
Yeah.
lead by example.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you know.
that's the only way I've always known is just to
Yeah.
lead by example. And if I just want to show that we've always, I guess, been held back by certain things, by the limiting beliefs, the shit that we've been told when we were kids, and if somehow I can figure out how to make it make it work,
Right.
and prove to people that it's the long game, and we've been told things to hold us back, and we've been holding ourselves back by just little things like not not making exercise a serious thing in our lives, not making the foods we eat a serious thing in our lives. Like, I just want to be that example, and I don't need people to know my name for it. I don't fucking care. I just wanted to know that I come from the same fucking place. I come from the same small ass island that the rest of everybody else does, and we figured it out. Like, we broke the code. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we figured out why there isn't that much of us doing certain things. And
I think it's working. In me, myself, I'm still figuring it out. I'm still in the process. But, watching you, like I said, you upload your videos every day. So it's just a constant reminder, like, okay, I got to get some work done today at least. Get something done, And yet, through me, even working alongside you, seeing that, it still pushes me along. Yeah. Because I tell you what, if you weren't there, I'd have been, I definitely would have went backwards. Yeah. I feel it already,
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with like that. Like, that's the only like a positive effect I want people to feel. It's like, because like I would say, like, there's nothing there's nothing different about me. Like, we come from the same place. I don't make that debate with myself. I don't argue with myself about whether I'm going to do it or not. I just do it. And if.
But have you before?
Huh?
Have you before?
What do you mean?
Had to debate yourself?
Yeah, like before it was all the time, bro. Like, know how it is. Like, how we used to talk about this, like, oh fuck, I woke up, bro, I just didn't feel it.
Because I feel like a lot of people, especially people who are starting out, that's the phase of that's the mindset they're in right now. Yeah, is debating with themselves, and some days we win, some days we lose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so. And because me and you used to do that a lot, like especially when we worked together when we were over there at the airport doing security. We used to do that a lot. Like, we would even do it during work. Like, we would be at work and be like, bro, I don't think I want to work out today. Like, one of those things, like, bro, we have our bags. We already said we're going to work out. Why the fuck are we going? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of shit. And it's like, and I know it's just a workout. I know it's just, but like, it's just completing what you said you're going to do. Like, that's the one thing, like I said, this year, that's all it's going to be. Like, if I said I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And I want to keep my focus on that, because if I keep committing to that, bro, there's like nothing else. It's like, just because it all translates. Like, when I say something, like when I come into the shop and I say like, oh, I'm gonna get this shit done, I'm not leaving till I get this shit done, because this shit needs to be done. So it's just compounding, and like we just talked about in the last one, that compounding interest, bro. There's these little steps, and even if, and like, one of the hardest parts is like, you don't see an immediate return from doing these things, every day, like constantly, like, feel like you're just on the go. But I fucking still, I still know, like I said, compounding from last year to this year, like, now it's not even that hard to, it's not hard to get up anymore like that. Get up early and fucking go for a run and stuff like that. Last year was really fucking hard. You had to just be motivated to do it. Now it's just, it's just part of what I do now. It's just what I do now. Yeah. That. And it makes me feel fucking great, bro. Like, and that's the best fucking part, that I feel so good at 34 years old now. Like, I feel the best I've probably ever fucking felt on and I'm not even at my best, but that I can possibly reach. And
that's crazy, because somebody gets, sometimes as you get older, you start to feel, you slow down. People always talk about, as soon as you hit your 30s, you're gonna start feeling these little cricks and pains, and you start to slow down. Not for everybody, but for people who don't prioritize their health, probably,
Yeah, but I was like that too. Remember how I said, like, I got out of the army, and I I was still in the National Guard at the time, but
Yeah.
fucking that's when my knees, my back started hurting. Or I hurt my back. I fucking tore both my rotator cuffs.
Yeah.
Like that. This is all after I got out of the Army. Like all this shit happened when I was like felt like I was invincible.
Right.
And then I started getting hurt. So it's like, fuck, how do I navigate through this? And the way I navigated through that was long fucking breaks of not working out and shit like that, right?
Let your body heal, bro.
Yeah, just let it heal. And then after that, like it really never got better. Like you just until you know started focusing on what I ate and fucking the working out consistently every day, working on different things that I wasn't usually comfortable with to help build those muscles to strengthen up my fucking back, my fucking legs, knees, stuff like that. You know, so it's been a process for damn sure. But
to take us way back, you talked about reading books. I think I said I didn't say this last time. I think I did end up reading 8 last year.
8 books? Oh yeah,
I said 8 or 9, but I think it was 8. I was counting the other day. So the goal this year, I want to at least get 12. I want to at least do a book a month.
Yeah,
that's my new goal this year.
So,
that's been in my head for a second. So, okay.
So are you almost done with one this month then?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Goggins book.
I'm reading that.
I'm gonna I got some catching up to do, but that's my main goal is to finish that book and then start on the next. I got a couple of books already lined up, for a couple months out though. So I might have to hit you up for some.
Yeah, I'm missing some fucking books.
Are you really?
Yeah, bro. I don't know. Somebody took.
I think it was the Purple Cow, the one I wanted to read that you had.
Purple Cow was good.
And what was the other one? Was it Atomic Habits?
Atomic Habits.
Are those two the ones you're missing?
No, I have those. For some reason, I don't have my 25 hours a day and that book Winning. I don't know where that book's at, but
yeah.
I
want to definitely read Cameron Haynes' book, Endure.
Yeah.
Eric Thomas's book, UOU. Those are the two.
Yeah, I'm
thinking next.
So before I was gonna get the Goggins, I was about to order UOU, but Goggins, I saw that post about Goggins put out a book. I was like, gotta get that. Well, speaking of Goggins, so I mentioned this to you the other day, but you guys, people probably heard me say multiple times like how my hands get real cold and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So not that I'm anything like Goggins. I'm not saying this shit at all. I'm just saying that it was crazy to hear like him mention this because this is how like you really get connected into books and connected with people. Yep. But I always say that my hands get real cold and my hands and my feet are really bad. Like when it gets cold, my hands get fucking discolored and like they get fucking cold. Like really,
you lose your dexterity, like your ability to do it.
Yeah, like I can move them. Like even now, like you can see like discoloration. Like they get purple, they get white. Like it gets really fucking bad. But I found out because I was trying to figure out what it was. I haven't went to.
I've been telling this guy I don't know how long go see a dang doctor.
Yeah, but I just haven't gone to get seen for it because like all it is just. And then like after like long runs and stuff too, it's the same thing. Like after long runs,
that's when you see it the most.
Yeah, that's like the worst. It just gets super cold, numb. It takes a long time to come back. Get feeling in my hands again. But David Goggins apparently has the same thing. So what we found that it could be is it's called the Raynaud's phenomenon or something like that, or disease. And all it is, it's not like deadly or nothing. It's not gonna kill me, but it could kill nerves in your fingers in your toes or whatever. And all it is just because there's no blood flow. So if it's over an extended period of time constantly, then you could just lose nerves and stuff like that.
So like the vessels in your hands and stuff and your feet, they constrict. You lose the circulation.
Yeah, so there's just no fucking blood flow. And David Goggins apparently has the same thing. Yeah, so
I didn't know.
Yeah, that was just crazy. I just read it in his book. He was talking about it, and because he was on the Moab 240 ultra marathon, 240-mile race, and he didn't have his heated gloves on him, and at the time he needed them, so he got back and he couldn't even put the gloves on. And I know how that shit feels like when your hands is frozen and you just can't fucking put the gloves on. And he had to buy heated gloves, like battery powered fucking gloves, just to keep his hands warm, like during these long runs and these races. Because I think he said it was Leadville. He ran Leadville 100 miler. He said that those gloves basically helped him get through that race. Like if he didn't,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it was Leadville or maybe another 200-mile race or something. He said that if it wasn't for those gloves, he wouldn't have made it through that race. Like just because of his hands. But he was having that same issues and that same issue during the 240.
Yeah.
But it's crazy just that, you know, I was reading and then I saw the rainouts and I was like, oh shit, bro!
Yeah.
No way, this guy has that. And then he flipped the page and it's a picture of his hands. It looked just like my fucking
That's
hands,
crazy,
bro.
dude.
Like how my hands look when. And I was like, that
It's a sign, bro. It's a sign.
That this dude, bro, is fucking going through that. So like, even me, like I always, you know, like I make those. Like I don't make excuses for it, but it sucks, bro. Like I have to run with gloves. Like the my hands get warm at certain times, but so like if I take the gloves off,
Game over.
no, like they'll be warm, right? I'll be running, and then for some reason, like it can just come back. Like some cold wind will hit or something weird, and they'll just start getting cold again. And by the time I try to put the gloves are wet now at some point at that point because of, you know, the sweat and stuff like that. But it's just fucking crazy, bro. That guy has that shit. I mean, he has a bunch of like issues, but
That guy has a lot of issues. Yeah,
like
that little sickle cell trait and
and then
that's
like,
I remember.
why I always fucking tell you, but like that dude makes you feel like you're just not doing shit.
Yeah.
Like we make so much excuses, bro. Like right now, even my toes are tore up. Like my feet are busted, but that ain't nothing compared to what this dude goes through. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what? Who am I to make an excuse, bro, to not go get my miles in, get my workouts in? Like everybody has all these excuses, but it don't fucking matter, bro. Like people still do shit. Like you can. All that matters is that shit was done, and you don't matter how you feel about it. It don't matter fucking if you're hurting or not. You know,
that guy's scary though too, because he talks about the stuff that he's gone through in the race, especially the ultras, and like it sounds like he's on the brink of death. Yeah, but no, he doesn't want to stop. Yeah, the one the one race he didn't finish officially.
That was that.
That was the Moab 240.
The first time. Yeah,
he already left, went home, and then he's like, no. Called up his pacers. I'm coming back.
The ones that he had left. Yeah.
I was like, dang, that's crazy, dude. Yeah. You feel like you're about to die, and then no, you're just gonna do it. You're still gonna do it. What the heck, dude?
I think he said he was gone for 12 hours, and then he went back, and he still had time.
He still had time left on the clock, but it was unofficial.
Yeah, it was unofficial. So like he didn't get, he wasn't able to cross the official finish line. But he ran 255 miles total.
That guy's definitely something
different. Because he got lost. Bro, he's definitely... But he went through a lot of shit. And he just...
Yeah, he did.
And he intentionally puts himself through shit. Right. Because that's... Like...
And that's what we, as normal, average people...
Try to avoid.
What we run from it. Yeah. I still feel myself do the same thing. Yeah. You know?
Because we want to be comfortable.
Yep.
That's
Straight to the
what
comfort.
we always talk about. Just going after uncomfortableness is what helps... You know, with growth, like, and it's just, it's a real fucking thing. Like, people try so hard to be comfortable and not do things that, you know, either people will talk about them because, you know, talk badly about them if they go do, or, you know, they don't want people to judge them, or it might hurt too much. I might fail, like shit like that. And it's uncomfortable. Got it. But will that help? But a lot of those times when you do those things, that's probably when you're the most proudest, when, you know, you did something that you thought you couldn't do, and then you come out of it. Whether you've succeeded or not, you tried, right? You try to do that uncomfortable thing, and you usually feel a lot of growth out of that. Because if you fail at those things, you learn from that, like for real, right?
You'll know.
It's that experience. Yep. Then you can go back and actually successfully complete it, or successfully fucking, you know, do it. And that's what Goggins does. He just kind of pushes through pain. He pushes through all the feelings that everybody wants to let dictate their actions. Yeah. And he just pushes through that shit. And because he truly believes that, you know, there's people just put a cap on what humans are capable of doing. Yeah. He doesn't believe in that shit. He doesn't believe in it. He just
he does put a cap on his success, he said.
Yes.
He'll cap that, and then go back to the grind.
Yeah,
start over again. That's what he mentioned. He mentioned that in the podcast. Yeah,
yeah. He doesn't like that shit. He doesn't like the podcasting. He doesn't like the attention. But he does love his fans. You know, he loves the fans.
He wants to help.
Yeah, he his main thing is helping people. You know, reach those points. Yeah, and like in. You know, that's why I say, like, in our sense, we're not, like, obviously not at his level, but we want to help our community, you know, our group of people that follow us, the people that come into the, you know, like the Nation Book group. We want to show that at our level, you know, but Goggins is another beast, and he's fucking helping us. Like, and that's the thing, like, he's just connecting with those kind of people that, like, dude, this guy came from a fucking, like, he had no excuse. He had a shittiest childhood.
Yeah.
You know, he got his ass beat all the damn time. An 8-year-old kid, like, the shit is, and even through high school, you know, all the racism and stuff like that, which, you know, he dealt with in his own ways. You know, he wasn't always in shape. He wasn't giving shit. He, you know, he failed at a lot of things. The motherfucker couldn't even read and write. You know, and
that blows my mind when he talks about that stuff too.
And he speaks so well now, right?
Yeah, and he even battled stuttering.
Yeah,
you know, but I like his approach to it. It's like, you know, if you're not smart enough, you like what he did. He just, what was this test he was studying for?
So yeah, there's the ASVAB. So
ASVAB,
it wasn't until the ASVAB when he said, you know,
he said he took it and he just rewrote the whole dang thing.
Yeah,
the whole study guide, all the books or whatever, and just handwrite the whole thing.
Yeah,
until he memorized it or some craziness.
Because he said that his mom got tutors and all the time, and
yeah,
all that was a way for him to like still cheat. You know, like he wasn't. Because and he still didn't really want it. Like he didn't care about it. But it wasn't because he always wanted to be in the military because that's where he saw respect, him gaining respect and stuff like that. So that's what he wanted. So he fucking really put intention into it and tried his best to learn and stuff. And that's where he started, you know, really figuring out. But the dude's
a monster.
Yeah, bro. Like I you know, because I watch a lot of you know, we watch Nick Bear too, and like Nick Bear's a beast, but like, bro, Goggins is something else. Like Goggins is just something else. Like we watch a lot of different people, and I take a lot of values from them, and a lot of their like how they see life, their mentality and stuff like that. Like that's another thing, fucking right there. Just like listening to the people that really like listening to people that have what you have or do what you want to do. Yeah. Like listening to them, how they got there, like the mentality it took, the steps that they take to go about it every day. Because like everybody thinks like, oh, I could do, you know, I'm gonna work hard for like 6 months and see if something comes out of it, and if nothing comes out of it, then I'll stop. Like that shit is crazy, bro. Like I always fucking like I just think like that's not even long enough to fucking, you know, you can't gain anything from that. Like there's the shit, all that stuff, like all the people that we watch, all of them took a long time, bro. 5 to 10 years to even set, you know, their place in whether they're on YouTube or fucking like Goggins, fucking his whole life, bro. It basically took him, bro, to get where he's at. Like the dude, I think it wasn't until he was like 30 years old or something when people really started at 35, when the people really started knowing his name. Like he's fucking 45 now or something like that, 46.
And he's a freaking wildland firefighter.
Yeah, and that too, like. He just constantly goes after shit that, you know,
pushes him.
Yeah.
Physically, mentally.
Yeah. So he's and he bro. I know we just making sure that, you know, you're taking it, like everything that you put into your mind is gonna, you know, he's gonna help. He's gonna drive your actions, right? Like and
that's what they say. You know, you got to protect your mind. You got to be careful what you put into it. It's like, sit down and watch these TV shows nowadays, dude. And you're just filling your brain with just absolute nonsense. So I go to, you know, I'm not gonna say, I go to family members' house and I'm looking at this, what's on the TV. I'm like, you guys watch this stuff, dude? Are you kidding me? Bro, it's so funny to laugh at, but it's not.
Then you go to like, because that's a whole another story, bro.
Yeah,
like
and
TV and stuff,
everything you watch and your surroundings, it's like you're being programmed, dude. You know.
I don't watch TV. Like,
I don't even have cable, bro.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't have cable at this point, you know, but internet's definitely.
I mean, we know people, bro, that we've seen, like, literally, like, their lives are like what they watch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. You're being programmed by that shit, dude.
And you know what's funny is because I really noticed that, especially during COVID, bro. Like, when I was watching Netflix and drinking all the time, bro, imagine how easy, like, for real, I was, like, hitting depression mode. I had so many, like, dark moments during COVID because of the drinking and watching the shit that I was watching, bro. Like, all this emotional bullshit that's, like, all made up and just, but, like, just the entertainment shit is really, like, and my guy fucking on Real AF talks about it all the damn time. It's like how we're driven to be entertained all the time so that we're doing less shit to make ourselves better. So, like, you know, like if Netflix and, you know, people sitting down watching Netflix all the time, people just, you know, the weekends just drinking all the time and stuff like that. Like you can see, it's, I was that, you know, I was that, that's what I'm saying. And it's, it keeps you from putting in action, making yourself better.
Yeah.
So like the more you're entertained by TV and you're entertained by like even football and all that stuff, like they're saying like, you know, football, it's cool. Like I watch football too. Sundays, like that's my, after my long runs, I eat and I watch football. I kick it. I did my work, you know, that for that day.
You earned it.
Yeah. But it's like, for like, I used to look forward, like Sundays, you remember, Sundays we ain't doing shit, bro. Like I'm watching football and I'm drinking. Like that's it. There's nothing else going on. And we used, like, that keeps you, right? Like, and this is a perfect example from doing the work that
you say you want to.
Yeah, because you want to reach a certain, you know, get to a certain point in your life, but you're just slowing yourself down because you're entertained by something that's not really helping you. You know, so
I think that's what a lot of people don't realize it either. You know, you want to do these things. You have these goals, these aspirations.
Yeah,
you know, you want to do this, and that. But like I said in the last episode, where are you giving your energy to?
Yeah,
you know,
wherever
you're giving it to the wrong things.
Yeah,
and you know, it just takes you to turn around real quick and really look back in that mirror and like. Now you have to self-evaluate. Like, what am I doing? Yeah. How can I get to where I want to be? Yeah. And what else do I have to cut off to get there? And I think there's a lot of fat that can be trimmed off. A lot of things. You know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because even me, we'll get caught up in a series or something like that, and it's like clockwork every night. Boom, 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 boom. You know,
watch the next one. Next episode.
Watch the next one. Watch the next one. It's a trap.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking, like, for me, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it as long, like, as you're still doing what you're supposed to. Because obviously people do it, yeah. You should. Successful people still do it. I think you need entertainment. You know, you still need entertainment. Like, there's still a thing, but you don't have to, like, if that's, like, all you're doing, right, and you're not, you know, getting, like, your tasks done for your things, your stuff. Like, I mean, that's why I always say, like, Andy Frisella's powerless. That's important to me because if I can get that done, you know, I get these tasks done during the day. All right, cool. I can do my entertainment or whatever the fuck, right? So, but it definitely, what I'm watching is important to me. Like, I'm not just watching any fucking kind of stuff. I'm not watching shit that just drives drama in my life, like that, or drives my mentality to be like, oh shit, yeah, I should be more like that. Like, the fuck, or my wife should act more like that. Like, no, that's not, motherfucker, that's fake. Like, all that shit is made up. Like, that's not how real life is. It's fucking reality. Like, that's the one thing people need to fucking like, people that, like, you know, like, as a man, I should be like that guy on TV. Like, that's a fucking actor, first off. You know, the same, like, everything's bubbly and easy, and fuck no.
That's not life, bro.
Yeah. So
life is it's a real story.
Yeah, it's a real fucking life. Well, speaking of fucking, like, real life stuff, bro, I want to ask you, like, who would be, like, your maybe, like, top 3, like, most probably influential people in your life, right? Like, maybe since you're a kid, anything like that. Like, real shit, like, that maybe there's some, like, instances in your life, or, like, times where, you know, this person, or you remember a time where that basically, you'll never forget that moment, or those times with them that made you, like, who you are today, or
core memory.
Yeah, like, shit you never forget.
Well, it's gonna take me a while to figure out the stuff from way back when.
I need, like, one, and then maybe I can give one.
Yeah. I definitely think my dad played a key role in me finishing school. I struggled in school, man. Yeah. Since elementary, since I was here the first time, and then I just struggled with school. I could never get it right. I always had low grades. I went to Guam one summer. Ended up staying there to start high school, and I lived out there with my dad. And then I remember him when I think freshman year started. He said, "The only thing I want you to do is graduate high school. That's it." And to me, that sounds like it's not a lot, but to me at the time, it's like, that was a big deal. You know, just to graduate high school, especially coming from struggling through freaking elementary and middle school this whole time, you know. So I would say definitely, he put the pressure on me. You know, he made sure that I was gonna finish high school no matter what. He said, "You don't have to worry about anything. You know, you don't have to get a job." Even though I ended up I ended up getting a job in high school towards senior year, but his main goal or focus for me was to finish. So he made sure he showed up at every parent teacher conference. Anything that came home, you know, he was on me like white on rice, pretty much. You know, and he kind of showed me. He pushed me to finish high school, which for me was a big deal, big accomplishment at the time. And then just throughout those years of living on Guam with him, he would have these small conversations with me, you know, which at the time didn't mean anything. Honestly, it was very hard for me to sit there and listen. And it's crazy because I see it when I'm talking to my son now. I could see myself, you know, as my dad and me talking to myself. You know what I mean?
He ain't listening to shit you're saying.
Yeah, he's not listening. I mean, he's there, he's hearing it, but he's not listening.
Yeah.
But I do feel like those little conversations that he had over the years of high school, you know, me and my dad weren't the closest, you know, but those little conversations ended up growing later on. There was little seeds planted in my brain, and as I'm getting older, and I'm like, oh man, that's what he means. This is what my dad was talking about when it comes to, you know, certain aspects in life. You know, making sure that you're doing good. He was all about making sure your credit score is, you know, is solid. Don't freaking get into debt, or not get into debt, but make sure your credit score is solid. And just all these little life, you know, these little life lessons that, you know, he would share with me. And like I said, at the time, I was what?
You didn't give a shit.
16, 17, 18.
Not thinking about it at all.
No, dude. I was just worrying about when we're going to kick it next.
Yeah.
With the homies, with the friends, you know.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until later that those things started to pop up. And, you know, as I'm going through life, I'm getting older. I have a wife. I have kids now. All those things are slowly coming back. So it's definitely played a huge role, I think, in my overall, what you call it?
Like,
just kind of how I go about life overall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Making sure, because I don't party, dude.
Yeah.
I don't go crazy.
I mean, the only time I've ever really seen you drink was at my wedding. Like
Facts.
And you went hard, and I appreciate that. You drink more than I thought you would.
I feel like I'm just, you know, I'm focusing just me and my family, doing what I have to do, and thinking of my future. That was another big thing he would talk about, is your future. You know, make sure you plan for your future. You know, and that's all I do, really. You know, I'm making sure I have a steady job, take care of my family, make sure my future is going to be set and secured. Make sure my credit score is good, even though, you know, it is good. It's great, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's definitely top 3.
Because so like all the stuff that you just mentioned, like for sure, that's how I see you. Like that, like the stuff that you're talking about, like the credits checking, making sure the credit score is good, steady job, you know, just the not partying, stuff like that. Like since I've known you, right? Like that's all, like majority of the things that you talk about, right? Because I'm more of a risk taker when it comes, especially when it comes to Nesian Bill. Like I'm a risk taker. You're a little like
more cautious.
Yeah, you're a little more cautious. Where
sure.
Like I don't know, I go into the belief of, you know, we're gonna make this happen. But
you're the visionary. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like I see it like out there, like, bro, we can make this happen. I see it already. Like I feel it. We just gotta try it, and I'll figure it out if it doesn't work. Like I'll figure it out if it does work. It's because I figured it out. But you know, either way, but we're gonna try it because
so far it's
a
working.
good way. You know, So it's like that. Then it's cool that because like both our dads were in the military, right? And like
and my dad was also wild and crazy when he was younger. I've heard some stories. Okay, so he's not. I don't think he's anything like I am right now. He was definitely on the riskier side.
But like both our dads were in the military. Both our parents, you know, split up. Like they weren't together or anything. But I didn't. So I went with my mom. Like so, you like same thing with you, right? Like you came out to Washington, but went back to Guam to finish high school. My mom and dad split up. Me and my brother went with my mom to Saipan. So we grew up in Saipan. So I didn't get to go around my dad, but I had like 2 dads. So like I had a lot of uncles, bro. But these 2 were the ones that I think played the biggest fucking roles in my life, right? So like nothing against my dad. I was like, that was, you know, him and my mom's relationship. That was their relationship. He was still a good dad to us from afar, right? He did what he could. But I have 2 Uncle Alberts. I have 2 Uncle Alberts, bro, and they're literally like brothers. They grew up together and everything. They're first cousins, but they basically say they're brothers, right? 2 Uncle Alberts. One's fat, one's skinny. And we used to call them like that one.
Yeah.
Skinny Uncle Albert, Fat Uncle Albert. And, you know, and it's crazy, bro, because they're so like opposites, right? Like my Fat Uncle Albert, that guy, bro, like he was like the dad that everybody like kids want, like the fun guy. Like he let you do anything, bro. We did some bad shit when we were kids, bro, and he just let us do the shit. He didn't care, but that's why, like, and so like he let us do bad shit all the time, like fucked up shit. And then but he also like he put us in our place too, you know. Like we just respected him because, and then he always spent so much time with us. He let us do what we wanted, but he spent a lot of time with us. And then he was the guy that fucking, when I was planning for baseball, he was always at my games. He's the only dude like out of that side of the family that always came to my fucking games when he had the time. He brought me everywhere he was going. He brought me to his work, like to see how he like ran his stuff, his business, because he was like the second in charge of the business he was working at. And he just loved taking care of people, bro. And he let us fucking do everything. We were drinking at a young age and shit like that. I didn't even like it, but I just did it because it was cool, right? And,
cool.
Yeah. And he was a cool guy, bro. Like, played a really big part in my life, and I fucking appreciate it because, like I said, he's the one that really introduced me into lifting weights, and, you know, he brought up the whole, like, sports thing and who I should watch, and, you know, like, all the different kind of exercises that helped me for baseball. And he loved baseball too. He loved sports. Me and him would play video games all through, like in the summer, bro. We'd play video games all night. He'd take me over to go get those fucking, those fake fucking games that we could, those fake, bro, we can go to like Chinese shops and get the games, bro, for like $3, bro. Like the same games
like
that
a
you,
PlayStation or something?
yeah, for PlayStation.
Oh, yeah, you used to be able to burn games.
Yeah,
that's
games.
crazy.
So we used to buy that all the time. We'd always wait for the new ones to come out. We'd go buy it and just play all night.
Yeah.
And yeah, I spent a lot of time with that guy. Loved that guy, bro. But then my other Uncle Robert, I think he played a bigger role in like the mentality I have now because of that guy, bro, was harsh, bro. He showed no love to us. Like he wasn't, and you know, at that time I fucking hated him, bro. Like he was so fucking mean to me, bro. So fucking mean, bro. Like, but I knew he loved us, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? From the way he was, I knew he loved us because that guy, bro, like he beat my ass so many times. He made me a man so quick, bro. He made me a man. He made me responsible. He made me only know hard work. Like this guy, bro, like he goes to work all day, comes home, and he works some more. Like, and he's the one that held me accountable all the time. Like for real, if like I said before, like when school was done, I had to take my ass home, straight home. I couldn't do nothing else. I had to go straight home, clean up my mom's house, go outside, do my yard work before I could go to baseball practice. It was such a thing, bro, like for real, that the boys knew that. I couldn't go to practice or baseball practice or nothing until I got my chores done. So they would just follow me home. They would help me out, and then we'd all go to baseball practice or whatever, right? That became a thing, bro. Like we'd walk all the way down to my house, do that shit, walk back to practice, you know, or drive, like when we had the car. But that guy, bro, he beat my ass. Like if my shit wasn't straight, he beat my ass, bro. I wouldn't. That's why, like, nobody could beat my ass like the way he did. But this guy, he trained MMA. He's not like a huge guy, but I was a kid at the time too. But like, he's not a huge guy, but he just didn't fuck around with us, bro. Like he made us work on the weekends. If he was up at 6 o'clock in the morning and you hear fucking bush cutter going off, or you hear fucking you know, the truck's moving, you better get your ass up, because if he has to come wake you up, you're gonna have a fucking problem. He's gonna make you do even fucking more, bro. Like mixing fucking concrete, like we putting concrete down in the whole fucking front of our like yards and stuff like that. And like I always made us work, bro. Always made us do stuff, and I fucking appreciate the shit out of it. Like at that time, I hated every fucking moment of it, you know, hated every moment. But that guy fucking made me, bro. Like made me who I am, and not be scared of the fucking hard work. Like I did so much shit as a kid that it's not a thing now, you know, like all, and he never talked, bro. Like the guy was so quiet. Like the only time he talked was when he was pissed at us, and when he was drinking. Like on the weekends when he drank after all that work he did, like he'd drink on a Friday night or Saturday night or something, and then he'd finally sit down, fucking chill out, drink some beer, and then might fuck around a little bit, joke around a little bit with you, you know, like say some crazy shit, you know, especially when we were growing up, kind of like teenagers, like, oh, you becoming a man now, huh? Like say some say some crazy shit. But the dude, like, really fucking, I know he was a big part, like, in my life, bro. But it was crazy when I went back in like 2017, like how nuts he was before, bro. Like I just thought he was fucking nuts, bro. Like the way he pushed us so fucking much, and he just constantly had us doing shit. and it's like we weren't even his kids. Like me and my brother,
Yeah.
like we weren't even his kids. But this dude fucking, he whooped our ass like we were his kids, bro. Like he'd fucking, and he used us like as like his basically like training mates. Like I said, he trained MMA, but so he used us as like the fucking.
Like those little
like the dummies,
the
bro.
dummy
Like yeah, he
things that you
fucked us
buy,
up
yeah.
all the time. And I know he wanted us to learn, and then he also wanted
Yeah.
to fucking us to not be afraid of fucking pain. Like get your ass whooped. That's how you fucking you're not afraid of the shit, right?
That's a good point. Yeah.
So and it's like what a kid in my high school is gonna beat me up worse than a grown man will? Probably not. So like I was cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
so it wasn't. At that time, it obviously sucks. It hurts, but like the dude fucking, he made it. It's a mental thing to it, right? But that guy, I don't. When I went back in 2017, bro, he's a different. He's not even like that anymore. He's super chill, bro.
More chill, laid back.
Because he has 4 sons, bro. He has 4 sons and a daughter. I think it was when my cousin, his daughter came. That dude chilled out because he finally got a girl, and then
I tell you what,
he
it
just
does it
chilled
to
the
you.
hell out.
It does.
It's
I
crazy,
can attest
bro.
to that. It's nuts.
Because we went back in 2017. The dude is super chill, bro. Like he don't even fucking like the kids sleeping. But I mean,
You're all
like,
looking at the
little
kids
girl,
like,
oh fuck you guys, we're you guys age, but your dad would have whooped our ass if we were still sleeping, and he's out here working like that, bro.
Yep.
And
I say that to my little brother with my mom. It's like, you don't even understand, brother. Okay.
yeah, bro.
Back then, mom would have spanked me for that.
It got messed up, bro. Like, 'cause I even went out. It was just those little moments. Like, I heard the hoes like because we were there for our reunion, and there's events going on, and I haven't been back to Saipan. That was 10 years at that point, so that was the first time back. And it's just like memories. Like, I woke up and one of the mornings, I heard him he was out spraying the stairs, and it's something that we used to do when we were like, when we were back there as kids. We used to have to clean the stairs because mold and all this stuff, stuff would grow on the stairs, and the dogs would run up and down all the time. So we'd have to spray the stairs, put soap down, scrub the stairs and everything like that. And I heard the hose going off on the stairs again, so I went out to go help him.
Yeah.
Well, this guy was telling me, no, just go ahead, go enjoy your. Well,
Complete opposite.
But I've never, this
Yeah.
dude, bro. If I woke up, I better have the broom and go up there, start fucking put the soap down.
Don't
and
even
scrubbing
ask
these stairs.
questions.
Yeah, just get your
That's
ass up and
crazy.
go do it. Because if he finishes those stairs before you wake up, you're done for the rest of the day, bro. You're done. But that dude, bro, like he was a big reason why I am the way I am.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I catch myself like parenting kind of the same way to my boys. I'm tough on my boys, but I show more love than he showed us. Like,
Do you think that's a decision? Is that a conscious choice to do it just like he did, or is that just something that just comes out?
I think it's both, bro.
Oh, okay.
I honestly think
Yeah.
it's both. I think it's like I catch myself like he used to call us chief a lot. Like he'd always call us chief,
Yeah.
and I catch myself. I call
Doing the
my
same
son
thing, yeah.
chief all the time,
Yeah.
bro. Like I call like chief. What the hell are you doing? Like those things, and like I'm honestly, bro. Like I appreciate that guy. He doesn't even know it, bro. That's the crazy because I don't really talk to him that much anymore. I don't talk to either of my Uncle Alberts anymore,
But they're still back home.
one's back home, the other one's out here in the States, but
Oh.
different state. But like he, that guy, bro, like that's the craziest part. Like that he doesn't even know. Like the reason I am the way I am, and I know it's because of him. Bro. It's not just because that shit does not just naturally in you. I don't think it's naturally in you to be like kind of like this, like or just have the work ethic and stuff like that. Like I guess maybe for some people, but I think especially I went to Saipan when I was 9, bro. Like, coming from the States, there was no like work we had to do growing up there. Like we lived in apartments or like duplex and stuff like that on military bases. I played sports, young, just growing up there. Going to Saipan is a whole different thing, bro. And so we had to learn that. And then my uncle was on our ass, bro, about it. So he took care of it.
Dang,
So it's just crazy that
that kind of comes back around to what we were talking about earlier, being programmed.
Yeah.
That's essentially what that was in your early life, and now it's translated and it's stuck with you.
Yeah.
And it's part of what you do.
Yeah.
Like,
'cause for real, I think it moved into like how I treated baseball and like growing up,
even in work.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's why I always showed up to baseball. Like, made sure I loved it, but I also just wanted to get away from working all the time at the house, bro. Like
that was your escape.
Yeah, it was my way to get out of it. Like, because I mean, they wouldn't like even just like getting a job. It wasn't really like a thing when I was that young. Cause like it was focused on school, and they even got to the point like, bro, they'd be on me like, cause they knew like I did pretty well in school.
Yeah,
So they didn't really have to worry about that. They never said anything. They didn't even ask me for my report card, nothing, bro. I just used to bring it to my grandma so that she would give me money so I can have some gas money or something, right? I just for that. But they would never ask me because they thought that, already, he's crazy. But it was always, I always only got in trouble, bro, for that kind of shit. The fucking, you fucking didn't do your chores.
Yeah,
You didn't
you didn't get up,
shit. Yeah, bro. That's the only shit. But yeah, big time. Like, I guess this turned out to be just like talking about people that fucking
influence us.
Yeah, influence us basically. But it was cool, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's it plays the when I asked about the whole, is it a decision or a choice that the way you raise your your sons and stuff like that. With me, it was a realization, like, wait a minute, this I sound just like my dad. I know parents always say that, but it's a real thing, man. Now that I'm a parent, it's like, damn, I sound like my dad.
Yeah.
Or I sound like my mom.
Because you know what he meant, and he's trying to protect him. Yeah.
From now we can see it from the other side. It's like, this is what they were talking about.
Yeah, and like I said, like intentionally, I am trying. Like I always tell you about my oldest son. Like I intentionally am tough on him. I'm very tough.
I'm the same way.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know, like, people want to talk about you. Like, I don't believe that I need to be friends with my kids, bro. My son, especially my oldest, he knows, bro, I love him. He knows that. But I don't have to be his best friend to prove that, you know? He knows that I teach him stuff, and I'm with him, and I get mad at him, and he knows. I feel like he's at the age now, he's only 10, but I think he realizes, like, I'm protecting him. Like, he already knows that I'm trying to protect him because I've had that discussion with him. But I'm intentionally tough on him because the world is not going to be nice to my fucking kids, bro. The world is not going to be easy for my kids. The world is going to fucking shit on my kids. And then what are they going to do? Are they going to cry about it and expect somebody to give them some shit? Are they going to expect the world to just hand them shit over like that they don't deserve? No, like, they need to be resilient. They need, and that's my job, is to teach them that. It's not their teachers. It's not, all these fucking other people outside. It's my job. And it's my job to make sure that my kids are contributing factors to society, and they're good people and good men. And it's nobody else's fault. So nobody else's job to do that. Yeah. So like, I intentionally make it tough because the world is going to be tougher. Like,
it's called tough love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's not that, like, it's not that I don't think you should be nice to your kids at all. Like, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is just, I intentionally do, like, make it tough on them, especially my oldest right now. Like, I make it really tough on him, and I get on him about a lot of things. And even if he doesn't like me, I always tell him, I don't care if you like me, but I'm here to do my job as your dad, because this is the way I'm protecting him. Because, bro, I can be as nice as anything, and if he thinks the world is just gonna be cherries and fucking roses, I'm setting my son up for failure, bro. Yeah. Because when it gets hard when he's 18, it's a whole different story than when he's 9. It's a whole different story. Yep. When he's 25, 30 years old and shit gets hard, like it's he's thinking he doesn't deserve something, or he's going into feelings and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't matter. Did you do the work to get whatever you wanted? Did you do that? Like, that's all that matters. And then the real thing that I'm really trying to push on him now is, all your friends and all that stuff that's going on outside of you, like, don't worry about that, dude. Yeah. You got a girlfriend now, and people are teasing you guys. What does that matter?
That's hard to see when you're young,
I know, exactly. Yeah. So I just trying to push that. I just try to push that on him. Like, I like kind of reiterate. It's like, dude, those people that are ugly to you or mean to you, guess what?
It's not gonna matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, and it's because they probably don't have a good heart right now. And only ugly people do ugly things to other people. Like, they have ugly hearts and they're mad. Like, they have stuff going on with them.
I was gonna say the same. Yeah, they could have some craziness going on in their own lives.
Exactly, and that's all that is, bro. Like, it's always, if somebody does dirt, I always think of it as, like, it's just they got shit going on. They got an attitude. They treat you wrong. They got shit going on themselves, and they just they just haven't figured it out yet, and they're using that on you. But
these kids, man, they don't come with instructions.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You just still figuring it out.
And parenting, it's a trial and error thing. It's a real trial. You can read all the books you want, brother.
You gotta do the shit.
Yeah. When it comes time to having to wake up with the butt crack of dawn because your child won't start crying. Yeah. Go ahead and bust the book out and let me know how much that helps. It's nuts, man.
Yeah.
And for me, with I think we're in the same boat as far as how we are in our sons. We're tougher.
Yeah.
You know, I always tell that to my wife. You know, mom's got a soft spot for their boys. But I was like, I gotta give him tough love. I wasn't the oldest son, but I feel like him as the oldest, he's got to be strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to my daughter, you know, that's a different.
Anything goes.
Man, it is also a struggle because I can't say no most of the time, you know. And I actually had one of my coworkers early on, before I even had my daughter, before she was born. She was saying, no, you got to discipline. You got to blah, 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 blah. I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do it. She's like, no, you have to. Blah, blah. She was legit yelling at me, dude. She's like, no, because if you do it, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
and there I go. Well, I wasn't even listening the whole time. But, you know, with the girl, it's different, man. That's the princess. I can't, you know. I got to pawn that one off to the mommy. Let the mommy deal with that one for now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's two different worlds for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, with my oldest, I feel like I can maneuver a little bit better. I think I can maneuver a little bit better. But when it comes to my girl, she found the soft spot. So that's for me. That's a struggle right now. It's just trying to find that balance of discipline and then showing love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without breaking her heart, because to me, she's just this little tiny thing that, you know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't dare lay a hand on her. You know what I mean? I'm such a big guy. I can't do it. My wife's like, I think we were talking about something. She's like, if she doesn't do this, I think it was about sleeping in her bed.
Yeah.
You got this, but you might have to spank her. And I immediately looked over her. I was like, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I can spank her. I don't think it's in my DNA. It's not in my genetic code. I don't think I could do it. She's like, yeah, I knew that you were going to say that. So this stuff is tough, man.
So how do you, but does she get like bothered, like if you got mad at her, like if you're not?
Yes, and that's I think that's the difference between
you don't need
two.
to, right? Yeah, you don't need a spanker. You just gotta tell her.
It's just a change of tone in my voice.
Yeah,
she knows.
Yeah,
she'll push it a little bit.
Yeah,
but if she looks at me, she hears the tone change. She knows. She
doesn't want to disappoint you.
Nope. She'll turn around. She'll go. Now Liam, my son, on the other hand, that boy. This is Liam.
Extra.
Stop. He just puts that last one in there, and I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He's meant to test me.
Fucking children, bro. Yeah, you know? I gotta fucking, especially even us, like remind myself and my wife, they're kids. They're gonna do dumb shit. Yeah. Like, can you imagine, like when we were kids, like we were doing dumb shit too. And my wife was way worse as a kid. I know that as a fact. Way worse. My kids are like this. It's because of her. I wasn't that kid.
It's her fault.
Yeah, it's all her fault. And I always tell her, it's like, you always say they're like you, so that's like you, right? That's from you.
Well, that's hilarious. Yep.
But yeah, bro, it's a fucking different thing. I guess we'll finish up with this. The Nesian Built store is
I was just gonna say,
almost done, my dude. Almost done.
It's looking good, folks. Yeah. Some people have already got a sneak peek.
Yeah,
coming in and pick up orders.
Yeah,
but it looks dope.
Yeah,
I like what you do with the leaves. I'm not gonna lie.
I found a nice touch. You remember those?
Yeah, you said you didn't have them anymore.
Yeah,
and then I show up and they're all over there now. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I found them, so I was like, oh, I'm definitely gonna use this. But yeah,
we have a few things to.
Just some little admin type deal.
Yeah.
Admin type stuff.
As far as the setup, it's pretty much.
Yeah, the setup's done. Yeah, so it's done in there. I'll be posting. It'll already be out before this podcast comes out. But yeah, the store's done, and it'll be soon. We just have there's just little things we have to do to make sure that it goes smoothly if people do come in and buy stuff. So just making sure, and we'll have a whole process and the system down for it before anybody comes in to be able to do that stuff. So yeah,
because we got caught off guard a couple times.
Yeah, and we want to make the process as easy as possible for people when they come in. We don't want to make it confusing and take longer than it has to. Yeah, especially if they have to be somewhere, because right now I don't know about opening on weekends just because of we are in a like kind of industrial area, so and it's a gated area, so the whole thing with the gate, I don't know how that's going to work if people are coming on weekends, so because that gate is closed on the weekends, so we're just trying to figure that out. But yeah, just some little things to figure out with that. But then Nesian Built store will be open soon, very soon. Got anything else?
Coffee's done, so it's the end of the episode right there.
I guess that's it. That's it. Thank you guys for joining us on another one, man. We really appreciate you guys, everybody that supports us and watches these on YouTube and
speaking of YouTube, the Just Work series.
Oh yeah,
videos coming out.
Yeah, forgot about that. Yeah. So that video would have came out.
By the time this,
By the
you're
time
right.
this came out. So yeah, if you haven't checked out the first one yet, that was just that was kind of like a shorter, kind of like a sneak peek, or kind of just to get us into the Just Work series. That was a run. We'll mix it up, with runs and workouts and stuff like that. We'll do different things. So if you guys check that out, we kind of put in some kind of like we try to make sure that we are
Sharing knowledge.
Yeah, sharing knowledge that we gain from different things, and what we like to focus on and work at, and what has helped us and stuff like that. And we'll continue to learn, so we'll continue to share as much as we can. So that's really the focus of those things, of those videos, the Just Work series, and just getting shit done that we said we're going to get done. Like that's all that really is. And the podcast is the same thing. We're just sharing our experiences to help other people on there, so on their journeys. Yeah, thank you guys, and please, if you haven't checked out the first one, check out the first one.
Yep, second one should be out by the time you watch this.
Yeah, second one should be out already too. That was a chest day, so
chest day, the best day.
But yeah, thank you guys for all the support. Watching this on YouTube and on checking out on Spotify, and it's on Anchor too. Hopefully we can get it up on iTunes or Apple soon. We're working on that. But yeah, appreciate all you guys' support. Like.
Comment, subscribe,
share with somebody that you think it could help. All right.
Yeah.
Just share with somebody you think it could help. It would help us. It would help us a lot if you guys share the show or share the the podcast with other people. That if it helped you, if you got some kind of value out of it. So appreciate you guys. Thank you guys.
See you on the next one.
Yeah.